I think the first thing that made me realize that we probably found somebody who was really going to look out for our best interest is before we even came to South Carolina, we received a phone call from Haro when we were driving through rural Wyoming, and we had very poor reception on our cell phones, and so we actually pulled over, and Kathy had about a 30-minute conversation with him, discussing what our needs and what our wants were before we even made the initial trip to South Carolina to start looking for a property. When that happened, I think I knew that this guy was probably going to do what it took to get us into a home here. Well, we only had a limited amount of time to make the transition and come out, so we, I think, spent 3 or 4 days actually house hunting out here. So we communicated with Haro prior to our initial visit and had set up kind of a itinerary on what we wanted to do. Obviously, in that kind of situation, things are very fluid, and he was able to work with us, and when we found something that we didn't really like, we yank it off the list real quick because we did have limited time. It was very smooth. It's obviously a very stressful time when you make any kind of move like that, especially to a part of the country that you're not familiar with at all. And I think that whole process, he helped ease us into that, and it was very good.
The best part was that Haro never made us feel like we were his clients. We really felt like we were riding around Greenville with a friend, and that was very helpful.
I would just share our story with them, how we moved from northeast Wyoming in the rural community. I really had no idea what we were looking to get into in South Carolina, and let them know that when it comes time for us to relocate and move on down the road, we'll be calling Haro again to sell our house. I think the fact that we've stayed in touch since this whole thing started, and we do these client appreciation things every year, I think that keeps us in touch. Obviously, the market conditions are changing, and I don't sell real estate, so that's not my specialty, and it's very helpful, and I think it's very valuable for us to know that if something was to change in our plans and we needed to make a phone call in the middle of the night to Haro to ask a question, we could do that.